Film Critique.
Hi.
And hi. And this was a really beautiful film. And I feel like it's so complex, especially boiling a person's life down to, a movie. And I wanted to know, you talked already about like the collaboration of getting some of the things right for your accents and things like that. Can you talk a bit more about working with the writer, Frank E., and with the director, and how you all collaborated in terms of really getting a cohesive story that you all felt comfortable with?
Mm.
I will transparently say that at the beginning, I think that it was important for us both to create an environment whereby we realize that this is maybe an alien process for some, that yes, we're the actors, but we're going to have a lot of say. Yes, we're the director, but the director's not Jamaican. Yes, you're the writer, but there's also Ziggy Marley coming in, Sadella Marley, who have opinions, and that's their actual parents, so they will also have a say. There are producers on board that will have a say. It had to be a collaboration. It just had to be everyone mucking in different ways for it to remain as authentic as we know that it could be. And personally, for me, coming from a Jamaican family, there is just absolutely no way that I'd be able to sign up to this project. And I know that, Kingsley, it's similar just with you as an artist and how incredible you are, to know that there would be certain details that weren't handled forensically. And I think that this process actually took a lot of humbling for everyone, because it's very easy to be very researched, but also very important to put your hand up and say, I don't know. I don't know what this time period served. I don't know what Rita would do at this moment. I don't know if this is accurate. We don't know how they speak in their house every single day. We don't know if this is what she would really say. I think once that was established, it was a set that had us free to make the kinds of choices that you want to make as an actor, have the conversations that you need to have as an actor, and also have the time and respect for the opinions that we have, which is important, because come back to all the time, no one else is playing these roles. There's two people here that have taken on the responsibility of doing so. And thankfully, the people in charge believe that we've earned it. So I think that the trust needed to be extended in a way that allowed us to really just sit into our jobs eventually. And also take away our control, because I think we're two people who like to really get stuck in and pick things apart and tear up script symbolically, and really approach things in a way that will have us feel proud of every day when we leave something on camera, instead of thinking that we nearly got there, because this is not the time, not the person, nor the story to nearly get there. That would be highly unfortunate, I think, for everyone involved. So I'm really glad that personally for me, that we had someone like Kingsley, who every single day came in and was like, who is the most authentic Bob, version of Bob that we're going to tell today? What do we need from the band? How are we really telling this story? Like, what's the costume saying? Every single inch of the set, I felt like Kingsley had his finger in, like a producer, which was really comforting, I think, to the cast, especially the Jamaican cast, who know Bob in a different way to us, and can feel like there's a real protection of the legacy of the Marleys. And then also you have Bob and Rita's children on set that were just priceless experiences, priceless conversations. And Neville Garrett, who is Bob's best friend, like the small details, the small comfort that you get in between takes when you look at Ziggy and you're like, was it okay? And he's like, yeah, like, I've got nothing to say. And like, okay, this is a real, everyone's mucking in, and everyone is understanding that this may be our approach for this movie, but previous to this and after this, we may not approach a movie like this again. We as actors may not dive in as much as we did, but we might not just have the same actors process that we would with any other one. I know personally, I've never had a process like this. And every process changes. And I think that it was just beautiful that at a point in the movie, I felt like everything clicked and we were all on the same understanding that we are all one big cog in a big wheel, so to speak.
Yeah, no, with the authenticity came about as a result of the community that came together to figure it out together. There's no one person, there's no one writer. This was something that was getting figured out as we went along, just in terms of the authenticity. And our job at a certain point becomes about between action and cut. And between action and cut, what is the most authentic, real, true to Bob version of this that's going to happen? And then you hand over to the edit, you know what I mean? So it was like setting up to make sure that all of those scenes were maxed out, you know, like we gave everything to the building of the rewrites and then the playing of them. And without Ziggy and without the Jamaican community, without everyone coming together, without the forensic like questioning of everything every day and every night before we came back in the next day, it went on. It was tedious for a lot of people, you know, and it feels difficult and it feels like what's going on and why are we doing this? And it's like, that's how it's got to be.
Yep.